Welcome to a tutorial on how to create a landing page from scratch. As we discussed in class, a content management system is a web development tool that's available to everyone to sort of build custom websites, entire websites. But for the purposes of our tutorial today, we're just going to be focusing on building a landing page, which is basically a website, but in a short form format that pretty much uses one page to allow our user to access information quickly, to see our value proposition, to contact us, and to pretty much commit quick call to actions on our landing page. So without further ado, we'll move forward with one of my favorite content management systems, which is Wix.com, to build our landing page. First thing you will need to do is go to pick your favorite browser of choice and then go to www.wix.com. It'll pull up this page here, at which point you can select the Get Started button. Here, you'll go ahead and type in your username and password if you already have one, but I'm assuming most of us don't. So what we're going to want to do is click Sign Up here. Type in an email that we prefer to use. You're going to then confirm that by typing it in again, and then choose a password following these credentials here. After which point you'll select Sign Up. It will send a confirmation email to that email address. You'll need to go and confirm to activate your new established account. Once you do that, you'll be prompted to come back to this screen here, at which point you will type in your username, email, and your password. It will bring you then to what's called a site sort of template, create a new site, visit an old site page. What I'm going to need everyone to do is select Create New Site in the top corner. The AI system here is going to now attempt to build you a site based upon prompts that you provided. I'm going to go ahead and do Setup without chat. I want to tell it that I want to create a online sort of store here. Yeah, we'll select online store for now. I want to give this a name. Here I would go ahead and recommend that you put sort of the name that you want your website to go by. Typically that would be the name of your child care center. But I'll go ahead and just do Drew's Awesome Site, or test site, we'll call it that, .com. I'll go ahead and bypass this description block, but you want to put here possibly your tagline. It's okay, whatever you put here, because we'll more than likely be going through and changing this later. On this site, I'm going to sell products. I'm going to try to attempt to get booked online. I'm going to possibly host an event, definitely share content, and we'll just go forward with moving forward here by indicating that these are the 4 sort of goals that we want to start. Again, you can pick anything you want to here. This is just AI taking its opportunity to try to build this site or get some information from you before it starts to craft the site itself. How can we help you sell? Again, this is just some more high-level information that Wix needs to assist you in building your website. I am going to, for now, just select these 2 options. We'll let it think some here. All right, now check out our dashboard. Everyone should see a dashboard once you finish those setup options. I have here as connect a custom domain. If you look here, it's asking us to now set up our store or our website. The interesting part about this is we don't have a custom domain already established. So I would bypass this step for now. There's a whole other tutorial that we can sort of visit later about how to create a domain name and how to set that up with your Wix site. I'll go ahead and re-explain that a domain name is pretty much the address of your website. Wix goes ahead and generates an address for you, but it's not user-friendly. It's pretty much a string of characters that are kind of non-related. What we'll need to do later is to sort of set up a domain name that matches the name of the childcare center or the childcare space that we're providing in person. We want that to also be the address of our website, but that's a tutorial for later. For what we're going to do now is just go ahead and skip this step here. Let's go ahead and actually now select design site. It's going to ask us now, how would we like to design our website? We can do so through a personalized site that AI sort of generates for us, their artificial intelligence, or we can customize a template that has already been pre-selected. I'll go ahead and select the pick a template option. And you can see here there are a number of templates for us to choose from. Because this is a business or a service, what I'm going to do is select a template that's kind of fits what we're trying to do when it comes to childcare. And if you look, all I did in the search bar was type in childcare here, and it pulled up a dozen or so templates that we can pick from. I would recommend selecting a template that kind of has the theme that fits what we're trying to accomplish. Remember, I spoke earlier about branding. I spoke earlier about marketing. I talked about how branding communicates a feeling and how marketing connects us to that feeling. We're going to work over time when it comes to streamlining and refining our site. But for now, let's pick one that matches the brand that we want to establish. I'm going to select one for the purposes of our tutorial, but please feel free to click around and select a template that fits the feeling, that is the brand that you want your marketing tools to connect your audience to. I also want to mention there's an opportunity for you to sort of view what that template will look like on a web page. And I like the way this one's looking. Let's see what this one looks like. This one is a good template as well. Actually, I think I'm going to go so far as to select this as our theme. So we'll go back to templates. I'm going to go ahead and select edit. What it's doing now is it's pretty much setting up all of the template features so that we don't technically have to start from scratch. I'm going to bypass a lot of this because it says enhance your AI content. Again, this is just an opportunity for us to provide some details about our site to help the AI generator to pretty much fill in information for us. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to bypass all of the AI generated features so that we can manually add the things that we want to add. So you'll see here, Wix has pretty much set up a template. I want to just sort of zoom in and help you to see how it is that we can manipulate this template towards our ends for our landing page. One of the main things that we need for our landing page, what we need to get clear about, is our header. Over time, we will fill in this information here with information that kind of closely matches the information that we want to put in terms of how it is that we want to represent ourselves online in the beginning stages of our digital footprint. For now, though, let's just go ahead and do what we can to edit the pieces that they provide us. You can see here there is a unique sort of font associated with the Call Us feature, which I think is a very neat feature. because this font pretty much gives us a call to action that we were speaking about earlier. It's big, it's bold in the top right. We can put our 1-800 number there. Wanted to call this out to you and show you that if you want to change fonts, you can pick any font you want to here and it will change the font for you. Just simply select it, pick the font. You can actually change the font size by scaling up or scaling down. You can also do separate effects and things like that, but for now, let's just go ahead and keep this font what it was before. I think it's called Patrick Hand. And we'll just leave that 1-800 number there. Let's go 205. Well, let's actually make that 205 number. We'll just do the customary 555. 5555, and you can see how simple and easy it is just to simply click inside and edit text based upon what the template offers you. All the other templates have different sort of arrangements for how it is that they lay out this, what's called this header section, but all of the principles remain the same, and that you simply select the text, select edit text, and you can begin to customize this text with any sort of information that you want. I'll say add custom tagline here. All right. Now that gets us that. We also want to change and include an image here or a space for our logo if we have one. If you have a logo, you can simply select an image. You can select edit image. It'll allow you to edit what's there, or you can select that image. You can expand what's here, make it bigger, make it larger. I'm going to go ahead and just select this logo and hit delete here. But I also wanted to show you how it is that you can change it. It's very simple. If you have the logo already stored somewhere on your computer, you can go to change image, hover over the logo, click it, select change image, select upload media, upload from computer. Let's find where our logos are. We'll go to upload. You can see here in the bottom left that it's uploading the file for me. I'll go ahead and select choose image, and now you can see how my logo image is uploaded safely in this space. Now granted, you'll have to play around with some of the sizing just to make sure that it matches the way you want it to match. Get all the sizing information in there properly. All right, see how I just fixed the size for you, which I think is very great. We're going to call this ABC After School Daycare Program. All right, let's show you how to change some text color here. Select over our text. We're going to go to edit text here, and notice how, as I mentioned with the tagline feature, how you can change the font size, the font type, and the font size. You can also change the font color. So I simply select a color here and picking a color. Fortunately, the theme already has colors preloaded, but you can also select other colors that you would like as well, either from their secondary color options in the advanced settings, or you can add a color, any color you want. Just scroll around, pick the color you want, and you should be good to go. Hit apply. And exit, and now your color is there. I want you to keep in mind, make sure that there's continuity of colors across your site. So whatever you use for one, try to do your best to use it across the board. And one of the things that I like about Wix is anytime you add a color, it saves it here, so you don't have to go and try to find that precise color again. Notice how I changed this color from what it was originally to the new color that I selected by just selecting there. This was the original color. I changed it to this one. All right, so now we see we have our custom header section sort of in place. So we have our custom area up here. I want to do some more customization. So here, this section is called the header. And what we did is we just took some time to customize the header section. Next, we'll need to include what's called a mission statement. I like the fact that we have several options to do that. So we've gotten our welcome section, our header section sort of in place. Let's move down and see what we can do to include our mission statement. I think a great place for the mission statement would be here underneath the main welcome section. You can put your mission statement right in here somewhere. I recommend that we get that information in our site so that we can let our users know, our visitors know who we are as soon as possible. I recommend sort of putting that in what's called a hero image or somewhere as early or as close to the top as possible. So the perfect solution to your after school dilemma, I would put our mission statement there if we can, on whatever template that you decide to use. And again, the unique thing about Wix is you can customize in this area. You can make it as big or as large as you want or need to. I would recommend that you try to use some slight graphic design skill to make sure that it has a good sort of bounding shape to kind of wrap the mission statement inside of. Notice how this orange shape sits behind the mission statement, because without it, it kind of looks weird. You see, you can't really see the text for real. So I recommend putting all of that inside of a shape of some kind. Don't take away from the image, but kind of keep it inside of a shape. I'm going in the same way that we replace the logo image here, we can replace all images in a similar fashion by just simply clicking on the image and go to Manage Media. And here it is where you can sort of pick from the media that's already pre-assigned in the template, or you can add your own media by selecting Add Media. You can pick whatever media you want. If you have images from your actual child care center that you want highlighted there as opposed to the stock images that are provided, I would use that option, that Add Media option, to then find wherever it is that your file is. So we'll go here, we can go to Upload Media, and then we'll go to Upload from Computer. And then you pretty much find from your machine, from your computer, your laptop, your desktop, where those images are, and then upload them to the media space. Okay. All right, so we got a little bit of information about what we can do to change the header area, what we can do to add our mission statement. Next, we're going to actually find ways that we can communicate contact information on our landing page. So you see here we have the Call Us option. There's one area, that's one space where we have our contact information. Want to make sure that we have another good space for contact information. A good space for that would be down here at the bottom as well. So let's go ahead and just fill this in with our 205 contact information. And it has an address here. I want to make this a little bit bolder, so I'm going to increase the font size here, just so that everyone can see it. I don't want it to be left aligned, so I'm going to center align that so it can be more centered on our page, as you can see here. All right, so we've got contact information in on our landing page. We've got header information in, we've got logo information. I've showed you how to customize the colors for our fonts. Okay. Next thing we want to do now is have some call to actions such as enroll now, schedule a tour, or any of the other sort of call to actions that we spoke about. So here you see daily after school care. What I would recommend is let's change this to possibly schedule a tour. And you can do whatever you want. That's the cool part about Wix, is you can customize this page however you want, right? So now that I have this as schedule a tour, I want to make this area a link or a button. So you see how it has schedule a tour and we have this plus area here. I want to select this plus area and I want to make this plus area a actionable button. So I can do that by changing the text here, and instead of the plus, I'll say select here. Go ahead and move this over here. So we say select here. Okay, so now what we want to do is with the select here button that we created, let's go ahead and extend the button area, the selectable area, a little bit more. I'm going to move this button around just so that it's within view. All right, so this is the schedule a tour space with the select here button. All right, now let's do what we can to make this button actionable, a call to action. We're going to select that button and we're going to select link. So the way that I did that is I hovered over our select here button, I right clicked, and I selected link. All right. Now we got to pick a page that we want this to go to. I'm going to recommend that we pick a sort of register page, right? This is a pre-loaded page that has already been created. Right here, you see where it says register in the main navigation. I just made it such that when a user selects this button, it goes to the same place that this button goes to when a user selects this button. They're both going to a register page. Now, I know you're asking, well, Drew, I thought we were creating a one-page site. And that's essentially what we're doing. And this does expand it to another page. But the main focus is on the one page, the landing page that we're creating here. All I want the user to do when they select this button is to pop open one more page that takes them to a space where they can sort of find out more contact information and schedule a tour. That means that whatever is on this register page in a few moments, I'm going to be deleting it and putting only the information there that we want to have our audience to have access to, such as the contact information. So now that we've got our button created and that's going to the register page, let's style that button a little bit more if we can. I want to show you the options for styling. The way we do that is, again, we right click it and we go to design. You can see the different design options that it provides us. I think I like this button better. No, that's the button that it's on, so we'll just keep that one. But I did like the look and feel of that button, but you can see there are so many different options of buttons that we can pick from. I'm just going to use the one we've already have selected there, but I did want to show you that's how you do that. So what we've done is we created our first call to action, which is essentially setting up our website such that when a user clicks a button, it takes them somewhere else. They commit an action that takes them somewhere else, and we prompted them to commit that action by having a call to action button sitting right here on the home page. All right, now what we're going to want to do, what I'm sure you're going to want to do on your template, is to go through and sort of change these sort of images that we see here. This particular area set is called a Wix Pro Gallery. You can manage that media by just hovering over it, hover over this area, this grid of 3x2 photos, and select Manage Media. You can see here how they selected 6 photos in that 3x2 grid, and it sized those photos as squares. The way we customize this going forward is to actually, again, in the same way that I showed you how to add media before, to go through and select the media that we want from the images that are already loaded up on our computer. So you'll need to get your images in a good spot on your computer that you can find them and then upload them here. Again, just to repeat, the way you would do that is to select Add Media, Add Image, Upload Media, and then you can upload those images from your computer. All right. So far, I've showed you how to customize the header area. I've showed you how to add a mission statement. I've showed you how to create a call to action button using the button feature here. And I've showed you how to manipulate or add visuals by using the upload media feature that is associated with each image area that you see. So the next thing we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to include a testimonial. It's very simple. What we're going to do is we're going to add a section. The way you add a section is you just kind of hover over the area until you see a purple add section block show up. I'm going to click add section. The section I want to add is pretty much up to me. It's an untitled section. I want to go ahead and just start here by adding elements. All right, so now when I click add elements, it prompts me to choose from a bunch of different elements here. Let's pick a box, a themed box here. Container box. All right. In my themed box, I'm now going to put some text. So let's add some text here. Got the custom design. I can make it as large or as small as I want. I'm going to add some more elements. By the way you add text is you go to the add elements feature here. I just want you to notice there's a bunch of different elements that we can add for our landing, and you can pick and choose and play around with whatever you want. But for what I want to do is I want to add some text, and the text that I want to add, just by selecting add, the plus button, add element, select text, then you can pick all from the different sort of formats that are here. I'm going to choose the paragraph format. Let's choose text marquee. Now let's choose just the theme text. A text marquee basically is a scrolling text, and it keeps motion on your page. I'll show you that really quick just so you can see. Notice how it has this here, and we can just say let's talk. We'll have it posted right there. And now running across the bottom of your screen in motion, it'll have let's talk. So I'm going to actually move this down some so you can see how that would work. But I'm going to delete that, and all I did was select it and delete. I'm going to go to add elements. Let's do this. Let's add this, and let's see. I'm going to say what customers are saying. I'm going to customize this design some. I'm going to make the text a little bit smaller. Right? And now that's going to scroll across. I'm going to add some more text here, everyone. I want to go to the plus sign. We're going to go to text. We're going to go to titles, paragraphs. I'm going to select this text here so that it matches the font on the rest of my site. I'm going to select the font that's on the rest of the site. It can be whatever font you want. I'm going to say this area is a great space to put a testimonial. Select it all. Let's increase the font size a little bit. I'm going to make it center aligned. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to select this area. And just give it a little bit of balance. And I think that section looks decent, especially for the purposes of this tutorial. And what we're going to want to do for our tutorial, or after the tutorial is over, is you're going to want to spend some time customizing this and tweaking this and actually getting it into the layout and the format that we like, that looks good, that has the brand that we want, that represents our digital footprint well, something that we can be proud of. And if you notice now, because I've added that, it's a continual sort of scroll on our screen. Again, later, after we have evolved beyond our landing page, we're going to want to create different areas for navigation. But for now, the home and the register page would be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments to our menu. The way we do that is we hover over our horizontal menu, our navigation menu, by just hovering over it, and then we're going to right click. We're going to go to Manage Menu. I am going to now get rid of these other pages. I'm going to and by get rid of, I'm just saying I'm going to hide from view, hide from menu, hide from menu. I'm going to click the three buttons here, and we're going to go hide from menu. Click the three buttons here. I'm going to go hide from menu. Now the only things that we see here are home, about, and register. Home, about, and register. All right. It's always a good practice to also save your site as you're working, so that all this great work that we're doing doesn't vanish. So I'm going to just use this as an opportunity now to save with our free Wix domain. Save and continue. Your site is saved. All right, we're going to click done. So now we got all of our work has been saved so far. It's a great practice also to always save your information. All right, so now what I would like to do is show you all how to customize the other pages on the site. We had about, we had register. What I'd like to do is hover over to where it says Pages and Menu. When I click Pages and Menu, it opens up different things here. What I like to do is change the name of register. Of course, you can call this whatever you want, but because this is connected to the Select a Tour button, I want to change this name to Select a Tour. I'm going to click those three dots. I'm going to select Rename. I'm going to say Schedule a Tour. Hit done. Notice how that when I changed the name here, it changed the name there, and it put me to the Schedule a Tour page. Now, you see how it has all this contact information preloaded in. This is a great template because it has that. You can also do what's called creating a form here. And again, this is the space we're going to be using to help our individuals, one, contact us, but do primarily what the call to action prompted them to do, which is schedule a tour. So now we're going to select Add a Form. We're going to go to Settings. We're going to go to Form. See where it says here, Create Form. It's going to pull up a dashboard for us. It's going to ask us to pretty much load in form fields that correspond to the information that we want to get from our users. So we're going to want first name. We're going to want last name. We're going to want to know what their phone number is. Maybe their address is, just to make sure that they're local enough. I want to know their email as well. And we want to provide them a space to fill in any sort of information that we want by providing a long answer. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just select here any additional information. Right? We want to make certain fields required, meaning that if they don't fill out this particular area in the form, then they will not be allowed to submit that form to us. I want to make sure we add those required field options. We're not going to make this one required. Well, yeah, we will, because we want to know information about what they want to know about scheduling a tour.
Okay, now that we've gotten our form created and we've input all of the fields that we want our user to input information into, we're going to now save this form so that we can use it on our Schedule a Tour page. All right, I'll just click Save here and our form is saved. Now that our form is saved, let's change the name of our form to schedule a tour. We want to do save. All right, so the way that we add that form that we just created is we'll go to settings. As it says here, choose an existing form or create a new one. Go to form settings, forms tab. We're going to go to settings, the forms tab, and we're going to select the schedule a tour form and create that form there. Or actually, I'm sorry, schedule a tour, and then we're going to hit exit. All right, and there it is. There's our form. All right, so now we have all of our form information located where we want it. And of course, we can customize this page to make sure that it fits the look and feel that we want our audience to be comfortable with when they're inputting information into. And so that would pretty much complete our call to action from that home page. Go back to any of the pages that we have created. You just want to select the pages and menu button. Pick from our options here, and you can choose these pages to edit. I'm going to go back to the home page now so you can see all of our great work. I'm going to move a few elements around. We're going to just adjust our size here, our header size. Let's take our menu up some. We're going to then move this up some just to kind of get us that look and feel that we want. And I would say, though, of course, you'll want to take the time to tweak this site, to refine the site, the home page and the landing page to get it the way we want. But once it's in a place that we like, we're going to hit publish. Before we publish, let's just preview it one time. Let's preview how the site would look and feel. And we like that. We like the way, and see the marquee script that we had and how it's running along the bottom there. Of course, we can customize this as we want. There's an animation here as well that we can customize. But I just wanted to show you quickly how to set up the key features of your landing page. Now that in our editor, in our preview mode, we like the way things look as our brand new landing page, let's go ahead and hit publish in the top right corner here. Congratulations, your site is published and it is live online. I can view my site by clicking view site here. Now, every other state of this website that we've created up until this point, it was all behind in editor mode. Now that we've published our site, if you pass this URL to anybody, lstimaging.wixsite.com/Drew's awesome test site, or whatever your name of your site is, whenever you pass this URL to anybody, they'll be able to actively view your site online. And that concludes our tutorial for today. Thank you all so much. We'll be around if you have any questions.